Hello and welcome to another episode of the Gohndim and Gilmore Show. Today's episode is brought to you by the Boston News Network, the only New Age digital newspaper that brings you only the facts. Hello, bunkerers. We have a kind of a special short episode for you guys tonight. Gilmore and I had this idea, I think a week ago, or maybe a little bit more, to do a little trivia show for you guys where we were just kind of discussing some fun facts about ourselves, and we thought, hey, maybe we can quiz you guys on these. And we kind of stumbled across a couple of trap questions, which we'll get into. I think there was 12 or 13 full questions. I think there was 13 total, and then like kind of a joke one at the end. So we're just going to go through them. A number of you did take the trivia. I did say there'd be a prize for it, and we do have actually 3 winners tied for first, and I'm not sure what the prize is yet, but I'm sure it'll be something very, very massive. And so our plan is just to go through the questions and say what the audience picked, reveal the right answer, and maybe give you guys some background on the question. Sound good, Gilmore?
Sounds good to me.
Question number 1. Who has had shingles? Now, the audience voted 15 towards Gilmore and 2 towards me. I'm not sure if this is like an ageist voting thing, if they just assume that you're older. Maybe you've had shingles.
Yeah, so I'm a little offended that this is a blowout in my favor. But unfortunately, or fortunately for the audience, that they were correct. And it was me who has had shingles before.
And the 2 people that got this wrong were Double Stack and GDC. So you are on the end of one of the biggest blowout losses in this quiz, I think. Now, I actually don't know this. Isn't shingles? I always forget. So if you had chickenpox as a kid, are you more likely to get shingles as an adult, or is it the opposite? I don't remember.
So I think the way it works is that you can't get shingles unless you've had chickenpox before, I think.
Gotcha.
But if someone has shingles and someone's never had chickenpox before, I think they could get chickenpox of someone with shingles, I think.
I have no fucking idea. I remember as a kid, my neighbor, the neighbor girl had chickenpox, and my parents tried to get me to get chickenpox so fucking bad. I don't remember like this, I don't have like live memories of this, but I remember them telling me that we drank out of the same cup, we like played in the same pool, and I could not get chickenpox. So thank the fucking Lord, because I would have scratched the fuck out of those things.
You've never had it?
I've never had chickenpox, not once.
Well, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, so maybe I'm just immune.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of who has never had something, question 2, kind of in a similar vein. Who has never had COVID? 13 voted for me not having it. Only 4 voted for you. And the correct answer is I have never had COVID, at least to my knowledge. I think I tested one time, I think it was like October of 2022, maybe 2023, with one of those retarded home tests. I don't think I've ever had it.
You've only tested once ever?
I've only tested once ever. My first probably, I'm trying to remember. When COVID first happened, I still worked at a utility, and I did not go into the office until I think I was out from March of 2020 until I made a really brief return one day to pack up my cube in February of the following year. I'd been around a couple people that had COVID. But I never seem to get it, so I usually never get sick. Knock on wood.
That's very impressive. I think I've tested in a facility or one of those dystopian outdoor testing centers probably about 10 times, and I've probably taken home tests 20 times, something crazy like that.
Yeah, I remember very early on, my sister had to go to one of those drive-up sites to get tested where they shove the fucking swab up your fucking nose or something. Yeah. I think that maybe made me decide I'm going to stay home for the next 8 months. I mean, I kind of played it up. It was kind of funny the early days of COVID. I actually really enjoyed it. Just being able to fucking play video games all day long. So I did play up a little bit my, I don't know what the word would be, how scared I was of the virus or something. I'm just you guys can stay away. It's fine. it was a good time.
Agoraphobia, whatever it's called?
I don't know what that is.
I think it's a fear of getting sick or germs and stuff.
Oh no, I really don't care. I was not concerned about it at all. I unironically probably wore a mask. I'm trying to think. Maybe, oh God, if I had to guess, maybe 20 times. Wow. I mean, it's crazy because around here, at least in northern Minnesota, the only stores I went to were I did they everything switched to will deliver to your fucking car. And then the few stores I did go into, most of them didn't even require masks, even when there was like a mandate, and just people just didn't really care up here.
Oh wow.
Um, so yeah, I think I wore a mask maybe 20, 24 times in that 2 months. Um, or not 2 months, sorry, the first 2 years, and then kind of the masking requirements became optional, except for like hospitals and dentist office and shit. So
Yeah. Yeah, it was different
yeah,
for me. I was working full time in person. I was out obviously for like the whatever 2 or 3 months that everything was shut down. I was home, but besides that, I was full time in person. So it was a little more risky for me, I guess.
yeah, I really did not care that much, I guess. The only thing that was disappointing about the COVID thing, maybe we're getting off to too much of a tangent here, is that we did have like some in-person friend group stuff that we did not continue on, and that kind of died permanently. But yeah, so some people were a little bit more actually afraid of it than I was, but it was fun to play it up and just stay home.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Okay, who runs in Nikes and not Brooks? I don't know how we decided to ask this question. I thought it was interesting. First, we'll say that 5 people voted for me running in Nikes, and 12 people voted for you running in Nikes. I think maybe the assumption here is that Brooks is like more of a high end entry brand. Maybe I don't even know what the average like Brooks shoe cost is, but
Yeah, I think this was just like a random guess by our audience if I had to guess, but
you think
I don't
so?
know. Yeah, I think it's I mean, I guess a lot of these questions, how would they have any idea one way or the other? But I think what type of shoes someone wears to run is kind of like a toss up, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I thought too much into it. So the correct answer is actually me. So only 5 people got that right. I don't have it right at my fingertips here. I see Deegs is one of them. Um, yeah. So another kind of not a huge blowout, but pretty depressing result here for the bunker.
This is the
Who
first
hasn't?
one that they've gotten wrong so far.
Wait, is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. We're only at number three. Okay, okay. I talked too long in the last question. Who hasn't puked since their 21st birthday? 12 votes for me and only 5 for you. I think this probably stems from the fact that it's fairly well known that I haven't drank alcohol in a number of years. Not that you're known as like a big partier, but why don't you let the audience know what happened on your 21st birthday?
Yeah, so on my 21st, so I was never like a huge drinker. I think like the most drinks I'd have in a night is like maybe six or so, and I would just like get full and be like way too far gone. Uh, but on my 21st birthday, went to like this bar in my town, which was like a pretty bad with like checking IDs because we had friends who were not 21 yet. So there's probably like 40 of us there, and I must have had like between like shots and just random drinks, close to like 15 or so drinks, maybe more. And my friends had to like, well, first of all, my friends called my mom and was like, "Hey, is it okay if Gilmore stays at his girlfriend's house tonight?" And my mom was like, "Why the fuck would he stay at his girlfriend's house? Like, you're you're in town. What are you talking about?" And like totally gave the game away. And she was like, "Oh, put Gilmore on the phone." I was like, so they hand me the phone, and I'm just like incoherent to that part. And she's like, "All right, he definitely should come home tonight." So they drove me, like five of my friends drove me home, and they're all like walking with me to the front door. and and my mom knew all these friends. They're all pretty close to me. One's my college roommate, and they're like throwing me in the house. And one of my friends just kept saying, "You only turn 21 once." Like said it like 20 times that night. And that next morning felt really terrible. I had like the worst hangover of my life. And my mom was like purposely making tons of noise just to like annoy me throughout the day. So 21st birthday was a fun day. Day after, not so much.
Well, just to be clear, the point of the story is that you did throw up on your 21st birthday.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but I did. Yeah.
Okay, so Bunker did get that wrong. A lot of votes for me. I was trying to think the last time that I actually threw up. I know it was slightly after my 21st birthday. My 21st birthday, I actually did not get completely hammered. By that point, I'd been drinking for a number of years, and it didn't really seem to be like that much fun. So to go out and just like purposely get shit faced on your 21st birthday. So
Yeah.
moving on to me, one of the most personally interesting questions on this quiz: who ran more miles in 2025? We have 15 votes for me, Gohndim, and only 2 votes for Gilly. I'm trying to see what question this is. Is this 6? That's 5. The 2 votes for Gilly were Migs and Deegs. So you have two big believers in them. How
And
many
15
miles?
haters.
And 15 haters. Yeah, 15 people that think you're a fat fuck.
Yeah.
How many miles do you think you ran in 2025?
So we talked about this before. I don't have it handy. I can look it up to see how many miles I ran. So let me just check that right now, actually.
Oh my God, you could have checked it before we wrote the quiz.
So in the last year, I ran just over 74 miles.
Okay, that's pretty close to what you said before we made this question. I think you said like 72-ish. And I told you that, very, very, very like upper end limit for me was probably like 50-ish. So I ran my last race at the end of 2024, and then I just went on like a handful of like very casual runs through 2025. Like there's no way I eclipsed 50 miles. I don't think even. I went for like one random. I remember it was a really nice. I think it was maybe May or June day. I went for like a random 7 mile run out of nowhere, and I paid for that the rest of that day and probably the
Oh
two
my
or three
God.
days after that. But yeah, so first year that you know, I guess haven't ran in quite a long time. But yeah, only if I had to guess, it's probably actually only like fucking 36 miles or something. Like I went for like a dozen or so runs with friends that were 2 to 3 miles, and probably more walking and talking than running. But yeah, that was about it. So this is the biggest blow to the quiz, and Deegs and Migs, you somehow got this correct. So
This
we'll be check
geniuses.
we'll be checking your bank account for transfers from Gilmore. Who didn't see a movie in theaters in 2025? This one, my Discord is like freaking out on me right now.
I've got the results here. So it was 13 votes for Gohndim and 4 votes for me. So another one that's pretty big blowout here. And again, our audience does this pretty well because they're correct here in that you did not see any movies in theaters last year.
Yeah, I was trying to really rack my brain to think. I thought maybe I'd got to one because usually I go to like one, maybe two. I mean, it's probably an average of like a little over one per year. I think the year before I had seen like the Indiana Jones movie and like Gladiator 2, I think. But yeah, last year I don't think I saw any movies in theaters. It's possible that I just don't remember, but not a big movie guy. Trying to change that a little bit, moving into the new year and watching more movies. Maybe some more announcements around that to be determined later.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen many movies in theaters in 2025. It's funny because I think I actually saw I saw one recently. I saw Wicked 2 in theater or whatever it's called. And I think the only other one I think Gladiator 2 may have been last year though.
No, I saw it the end of the year before. I think I saw it like
Okay.
December of, yeah. I'm almost certain.
Okay.
Maybe
I'll take
maybe
your
I'm
word for it.
tripping.
It's possible I only saw 1 or 2 movies in theaters in 2025, but I can't recall exactly.
I think the only movie that I watched from 2025, I just finished. I think it was today or yesterday. Tron Ares. They released it on Disney Plus, and I really liked the. Was it Tron Legacy? They came out like 15 years ago.
Sure.
But this movie was absolute dog shit. So don't watch it,
All right.
or do and be disappointed.
Perfect. Thanks.
So who had tendonitis in 2025? This is another one that there might be some accusations of ageism here. There's 5 votes for Gohndim and 12 votes for Gilly. Gilly, did you have tendonitis in 2025, and where was it?
I did not have tendonitis in 2025.
That would be me. So I actually had tendonitis in like my right arm, or I guess closer to my wrist. I'm not sure which tendon it was necessarily, but I actually went to the doctor and got like an X-ray for a stress fracture, and it turned out it was just tendonitis. So I got to walk out and pay like $140 for this really fancy brace, and I was back to lifting in like 3-ish weeks. So very, very fun.
You just still wear it like when you go to sleep, or is it just for that one time and that's it?
No, they told me to wear it for like regular daily activities, which honestly I needed it for shoveling. It was a very inopportune time to get tendonitis, and then I slept with it like most of the time. But then there were sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night and take it off. It was actually really annoying. Like
Sure.
I could put like no weight on my wrist for like the few days following that incident, and there was really like no snap or pop or anything. Like I'm not even sure exactly how I did it. I think just repeated motions from lifting and push-ups and whatnot. But yeah, it really sucked for especially like 10 days afterwards, and it was really annoying to like have to take a break from lifting. So
Well, I'm glad it's feeling better.
all right, who has been to Japan? 7 votes for Gohndim and 10 votes for Gilly. I think when we first launched this poll, the votes were swinging more towards me, and they pulled back to you at the end. Is our audience right?
So our audience is correct in this one. I think the 7 who voted for you probably know that you're more into anime, so maybe that's why they voted for you. But we got 10 votes from me, so majority of the audience guessed correctly.
That's actually really fucked up. I didn't think of that angle. I hate anime. People that I'm disappointed in for voting for this, particularly for me, were Merles thinks I've been to Japan, and also GDC thinks that I've been to Japan. I mean, you both should probably know better. I'm going to deduct 10 points from your score.
Deserved.
All right. Who has never drunk an energy drink? 9 votes for Gohndim, 7 votes for Gilly. So this was one of our closer votes here. Actually, and the next question is pretty close as well. I thought this was an interesting one because a lot of my friends were into drinking energy drinks growing up, and I just never tried them. So I'll just get to the chase here. I've never had a Red Bull. I've never had I almost said White Claw. I never had one of those either. But what's the other one? Monster. Yeah, I was thinking
yeah.
about the claw symbol.
That's funny because they're white. Yeah.
I just never got the appeal. I never tried one.
When you were a kid and saw the Red Bull commercials, did you think it was alcohol?
I don't even remember the Red Bull commercials, to be honest. Yeah.
Felt like all the for some reason when I was a kid, I just thought it was alcohol. And it's kind of funny because now with the energy drinks, I generally don't know which have alcohol and which don't. It's kind of hard to tell. Like I thought the Celsius drinks had alcohol for like the longest time.
I didn't know what that is. Yeah, I just never looked at them. I've never cared to have them. I never really understood the appeal. I guess I built an association really early on with like this one friend who was like kind of a friend, but not like a super close friend, and he just seemed to be like a big loser. And he just all he did was drink energy drinks and kind of just like I don't know. It's just a really dumb thing, but like I don't know. I just thought that the people that drank them around me were kind of weird, and I was like, these things seem kind of retarded, so I just never drank them. So
I totally agree, and I didn't have any energy drinks until like 5 or so years ago, so I get it.
All right, who cannot swallow pills? And we're talking the physical kind, not the metaphorical kind. 8 votes for Gohndim, and Gilly is winning this one with 9 votes. So I think this is technically our closest race of the night. Gilly, can you or can you not swallow pills? Is our audience correct?
Our audience is correct in this one. I cannot swallow pills.
Eked it out on the closest one.
Yeah.
All right, eight losses and 9 victories. This is actually kind of a funny one though too, because when I was a kid, I could not swallow pills, but I got over that I think in middle school. So I had like the worst gag reflex as well. So going to the dentist was always really fun.
Oh, dude, it's funny that you mentioned that because for the vomiting thing. So I vomited on my 21st birthday, and the only time before that I recall vomiting was at the dentist when they like dropped something in my throat by accident.
Oh my god, you vomited at the dentist?
Yeah, well, because they messed up. They dropped like the those little like X-ray things they put like the side of your cheeks.
Yeah.
It like disconnected from the like tweezers or whatever he was holding, and it like
one of the
hit me
grossest
right
things
in
I've
the
ever heard.
little thing. Yeah, it was terrible.
All right, moving on. Who is taller? 12 votes for Gohndim, 4 votes for Gilly. Again,
Very
this might be an ageist thing. Like maybe they think you're already shrinking. Surprisingly, there's only 16 votes for this, and there's like 18 to 70 for some of the other questions. So, who is taller? Our audience is right again. I am taller technically. I can't remember. We're not going to reveal Gilmore's height. He's a little embarrassed by it, but I'm a very proud 5'11". And actually, I was checking my doctor's notes from the last couple of visits, and they listed me at technically 72 inches. So I'm a very honest 5'11". Okay.
Wow.
With the shoe.
You even know how many inches you are. That's crazy.
I'm very astute. Whose favorite book is The Stranger? We have 5 votes for Gohndim and 11 votes for Gilly. I will just say, in order to reveal this one, I'm trying to think who voted for me. I gotta do a double check here. Okay, so not GDC or Merles, because I think I've mentioned my favorite book before. My favorite book is, there's 2 books I read almost annually. It's The Hobbit and Of Mice and Men. If I gun to my head, I'd probably just pick The Hobbit. Just think it's a very fun, short book to read.
No pun intended.
Yeah, so your favorite book is The Stranger, Gilmore. Tell us why.
Yeah, I read this book. I probably must have been in 11th grade or 10th grade. I can't remember exactly. And it really stuck with me for some reason. And I'm like not a nihilist whatsoever, so I don't even know why. Maybe at the time I was. I'm certainly not nihilist today, but I actually read it again a couple of years ago and really, really still enjoyed it. So it's just one of those books that stuck with me. I mean, there's not much to it. It's a pretty straightforward book, but it's my favorite.
And I remember reading The Plague by Camus shortly before the pandemic, coincidentally. So that would be worth a good reread as well. I thought that was a very good book.
Did you cause
Uh,
it
did I
by
cause
reading
the
the book?
plague? I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think it was actually, maybe it wasn't a couple months, maybe it was like a year before, but I thought that was such an interesting book. I think it'd be worth a reread now. I intended to do it during COVID, but yeah, I just never did.
You know what? I'll read it this year. I've never read it before, so let's see.
It's good. It's good. I'll mail you my copy, okay?
Appreciate it.
Who has had surgery before? Another close vote here. 7 for Gohndim and 9 for Gilly.
I'm realizing there's
I
a lot of medical questions in this. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's just a lot of like old people issues. We're getting older, I guess. Gilmore, if you had surgery, oh, maybe you won't reveal on what it is. Have you had surgery before?
So I have had surgery. Nothing too major, but I've had surgery before. I had a hernia surgery when I was like a kid,
Oh my God.
which was fine because I healed pretty quickly from that because I was like a kid. I've had like other like I've had my tonsils out. I don't know if that counts, but I guess technically that's surgery.
I used to work with a guy who was like fucking 400 pounds, and he had like his doctor apparently told him he had the worst hernia he's ever had he's
Oh
ever seen
my
in his
God.
career, and he had a surgery, and he was like literally out of work for like 3 months. Like I'm not even shitting you. Like
Yeah, if
this
you're
guy was
older,
like,
it's tough. Yeah.
I think at the time, this is at my first job, so I'm trying to remember. I think this guy was probably when he had the surgery like 40. Like he wasn't that old, but a
I mean, it's
big,
still
big
not.
guy, and he had had
Yeah.
that hernia for years. And apparently, his surgeon like legit told him, "This is the worst hernia I've ever seen."
Jesus.
So yeah, it
I
was.
think I was like 6 years old. I was like really young when it happened.
Oh, I don't want to think about it. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
That was our last official question. We ended the quiz on a good note. Who loves you very, very much? Glad to see this vote was split. 8 votes for Gondam, 8 votes for Gilly. Just going to click a quick check on my biggest fans. Shout out to Evie, Merles, Elf, Mirror, GDC, Vlexer, Neo, and Migs. Migs, I didn't know you were such a big fan of me, but I appreciate it, buddy.
And
Uh, Ye-
my besties who voted for me were Hamek, Deegs, Mog, Double Stack, Mitch, QF, aka the Fortnite God, 69, 420, Stuff, and Cernus. So I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, thanks for keeping the votes even. I did tally up the winners last night. Surprising, we have a three-way tie with 9 correct. So 9 out of 13. What is that batting really quick? I can't do the math in my head. I'm a little
It's like
retarded.
close to 70%, I think.
So it's like 69%. Wow, we did the thing. It's the
Hell
main number,
yeah.
guys. 69.2%. So our first winner is QF, actually. Fortnite God 69420.
Wow.
QF, I'm not sure how much inside info he would have had. This is someone I used to game quite a bit with. But I don't think I told any of these like stories and some of these things, right? So kind of interested.
I think he's just really good at crunching the numbers. So
Yeah, I think it's his genetics. Our second winner,
yeah.
and this is going to really surprise you, Gilmore. Our second winner is none other than Migs. How the fuck?
Oh,
I mean, this has
Migs.
to. I didn't know who Migs was until like I think he joined the server like a week or two ago. So he either
Yeah,
got
yeah, because he
incredibly
didn't join
lucky
the
or
Discord until you were banned. So you had no
yeah.
interaction
So
with him until recently.
Migs is a winner. I don't understand, but and our third and final winner is actually someone who took the quiz, very late entry, Neo Juice with 9 as well. So we had a three-way
Wow.
tie. We had 2 people with 8 total, and that was Mitch and Flex, and then a whole bunch of people between, 5, 6, 7, kind of
Wait,
50-50.
dude, 6'7"? Really?
Oh my God. So you did this like 6 times in the podcast, 6 or 7 times in the previous
Do you
podcast.
know who had the lowest score?
Um, so the lowest score of people that answered all the questions, I think Dispel just answered one of the questions. So at some point I got too tired
Oh,
of tracking who answered every question, so I just started adding the totals. But I think of the people that answered all of the questions, the lowest was Scuzzy, I think. Sorry,
okay.
Scuzzy. You still are, maybe that makes sense. Lowest, you're like in the ocean, you're a shark. I think that might
He's
might
in
be
the Mariana Trench right now.
Yeah, I think he was the lowest of all the people that actually answered all of the questions, but I didn't firmly check. I started just tallying like the correct results just to make sure I got all the correct peoples in there. But
There you go.
yeah, that was G&G trivia. I think we just want to do things to keep things a little fresh and interesting, and thought it'd be fun to tell some of these stories. So, anything you want to leave our audience with on this very, very short episode?
No, I think that's about it. I'm glad people know my medical history now. And I hope that helps serve our community better to try and avoid COVID and shingles in the future. Anyone else who wants to join the bunker in the future and answer, maybe we'll have another trivia event. Please feel free to do so.
All right, thank you guys. God bless. Love you. Thank you everyone for listening to another episode of the Gohndim and Gilmore Show. Check the links in the show description to see where you can find us. Join our Discord to interact with us and submit questions for the next show. As always, your support is much appreciated. Until next time, adios.
Bye-bye.